How much will your retirement cost? Well, that's a hot topic for many age groups, but the disconnect from generation to generation might surprise you. In fact, a recent study found that almost half of the Gen Zers surveyed thought they would only need about 25% of what baby boomers reported as needing for a comfortable retirement. So how do you determine the real cost of your retirement? Joining us to discuss this, Gary Mattson, Taylor Stewart, part of the family at Mattson Financial Services, a firm that's been helping people retire successfully right here in West Michigan for decades. You can catch them on their popular radio show, Money Mentors. Gary, Taylor, thanks for being here this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
That's kind of a shocking number to think that the younger generation thinks they're going to need much less money to retire with prices of everything going up. Yep. It doesn't make a lot of sense. What's the magic number? Anybody got one?
You know, it's a great question. We get that all the time. How much do I need? Is it $1 million? Is it $1.5 million? Is it 500,000? And the answer isn't how much do you need, it's how much income do you need in retirement, right? That's going to determine how much dollars in your portfolio that you're going to need to live that lifestyle. So if we want $60,000 or $80,000 a year, we need to make sure that we back into our plan, diversify that plan overall, and then start taking a look at things like Social Security and taxes and healthcare costs and housing and all these things that are going to continue to increase in price over time, but we have no control over it, right? And so it's interesting that Gen Zers actually think that we need less money in retirement, especially when you factor in Social Security and what that's going to do over time. We're going to need to save more because we can't be relying on that Social Security system as much for all of the needs that we may have in retirement.
You know, Gary, I'm assuming then it isn't so much the number up front, it's really how much you're going to be spending, right? So what are the expenses in retirement? I mean, most people think I'm not going to have to spend as much money because I'm retired.
Well, that's true because, I'm not driving to work anymore, so my fuel cost's going to down. Or I'm going to downsize because we're going to go everywhere together, so we get run of the cars. But you're going to be doing things, the travel and those type of things. So we like to start, as we say, with 100% of your take-home now. That's what you should start with. And if you got too much, okay, as that savings account builds too much, we'll do alternative investing and find some areas for that. But we've never had anybody tell us we've got too much money. Never came up. So retirement's really about not how much money you've got in the pot, it's how much, like Taylor said, how much income flow you get from that money.
Okay.
We've had people have millions of dollars and have less money income coming in than those with less money because, again, it's improper how it's set up.
Okay, so after you have that information, okay, after you've actually figured out what we know we're going to need, what our income needs to be, what's the next step?
So now it's bringing everything together. You know, we know how much income we need. What are we getting from Social Security? Do you have any pensions out there? What tax qualifications of money do you have? Because that's going to affect where we pull dollars from to help keep that taxable income low, but also maximize that take-home paycheck that you have. Sometimes people in retirement actually jump up a tax bracket instead of going down. And so with a little bit of planning beforehand, we can control that taxability of all of your income sources and make sure that we provide that lifestyle that you want and minimize those taxes moving forward.
And then we put the teeter-totter together, as we call it. It's the critical income need, the money you need every month to pay your ordinary bills, like Taylor was talking about. And then money at risk that we're going to do some of the lifestyle things and make sure your money keeps up with inflation and keeps up with the things that you want to do. And then we diversify those buckets by tax buckets and, of course, investments. So we want investments that will grow. We want investments that will give us dividends. We want investments that won't be taxable. So all of this comes together, kind of see how the puzzle pieces come together, and we present that to the client and show them all those pieces separate, and they look in their plan, they're going like, I never knew it took all of this. Well, they think of, hey, we finally made it, we're at retirement, we're finished. Whole new set of opportunities.
And most people, I'm assuming, have a plan, right? I mean, when people call you, I don't know what the percentage is of people who have no plan, but most people who call you, I'm assuming, have a plan. What if somebody already has a plan in place?
It's kind of interesting because we've seen it where we've had the engineers come in and they bring their documents and they're going to bring out their spreadsheets and they lay it all out, and we kind of review that, and of course the wife drags them in just check up, and I'll say, well, you kind of missed this and this a little bit, this is going to how it's going to tweak out, and go, oh, and they see the light. Sometimes it's great they got a plan together. Other times the plan's not maybe doable with what they're thinking they're going to do. And they're carrying on too much risk in that plan. So it's not saying, oh, I'm going to go up here and have a lot of risk. Actually, you can lower the risk and actually have more opportunity by being diversified to have the income you want. So it's making sure that everything fits together, because let's face it, we're all really highly risk tolerant, right, when the market's going up. When it goes down, that changes dramatically.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're not so happy to take risk at that point. So
a little more thinner skin.
Yeah, I get it. But obviously, you guys, so many moving parts. You guys know all the different mechanics that go into this. What's the first step for someone watching this now going, okay, maybe I want to see if my plan holds up to snuff?
Well, if they've saved at least $500,000 or more, or in retirement with that kind of dollars, whether it's your 401k, IRAs, assets you may put in cash right now because you're scared of the market, give us a call at 616-514-3831 for those 5 people. We'll do that for the next 5 people. And maybe they're sitting in cash and wondering when's the best time to get back in the market. If that's the question, Taylor, I, or some of the other advisors in our office will sit down with them, complete that enhanced plan, and make sure they're on track.
People, we just want to work, right? We just want to work, bring in the money, and then have these great experts help us make it to that finish line. So that's a great offer, Gary and Taylor. Thank you so much. For you at home, take advantage of that special offer from Mattson Financial. If you are retiring or already retired, Gary, Taylor, Laurel, the rest of the team, they're all going to sit down with you personally to customize a retirement plan just for you. It's a comprehensive, enhanced plan that includes a look at your investments, your income sources, your taxes, and so much more to help get you to and through that retirement you deserve. Reserve one of those spots now. Call 616-514-3831. That's 616-514-3831.